So you know how Mondays can either feel like a drag or a fresh start?
Yeah, but we're aiming for something better. Like, why not make them anything but average?
Exactly. That's what we're all about.
We're bringing the vibe here today. Girl talk, real stories, and maybe a little coaching wisdom along the way.
And if you're feeling this energy, come hang out with us over on Anything But Average Mondays. Deep dives and no filters.
All right, let's get into it because Mondays, they're what we make of them.
I'll just hit record right off the bat.
Yeah, because we got to hear what the heck is going on. We both look like in the sweatshirts with the hair, doing all the things.
Like, maybe I should put my glasses on too, then we'll be totally matching.
Oh my gosh. Or I could just take mine off if you want, but I'm trying to cover my tiredness. But that's all right. We'll do it.
Oh my gosh.
Folks, if you did not catch Brittany's stories, and thank God I caught your story, I wouldn't have even been able to see it. Brittany was in the hospital having surgery this past weekend.
Oh my
what
gosh.
in the world? What day did we record last week?
When did we record? Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday, because
We
I had my
recorded-
grandma's service on Wednesday.
Correct. So from Tuesday till today, it's been a lot going on in that family. What in the world? Give us the 411. Oh my
All
God.
I can say is thank fucking God it's March.
You think February is a bad month?
Well, it was this year.
Oh my gosh, I know.
It started
Crazy.
great and then it went downhill, but oh my gosh.
Okay,
Yeah.
what happened?
Oh, it was the weirdest, craziest thing on so Thursday it happened. Thursday, what happened? Oh, I was on a coaching call, hung up, and then I was like, okay, I gotta go. I had to go get Sienna, take her to an appointment. I'm about to leave the house, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I don't feel good. Like instantly. Like, I'm like, is this food poisoning? You know, we were at the funeral the day before. It was like one of those little egg sandwiches, like causing me like some food poisoning. Literally, that's what I was
potluck.
thinking.
Everyone brings the potluck.
I'm like, okay. So I text my sister, like, because Ryan was like, his gut wasn't feeling that great. And I text my sister. She's like, I'm okay, not feeling the best. I'm like, okay, maybe it's just that. I grab a few Ziploc bags with me to go in the car because I'm like, what if I puke? Like, I was just like feeling off.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I get to where Sienna is, and I'm like, you have to drive. I'm like about to puke. I jump out of the car. I vomit. I get her to her appointment. And I puke again. I text Ryan. I'm like, you got to come pick her up. I'm not good. I need to go home. By the time I get home, I've like puked 5 times. And all of a sudden, just like severe pain. Like my whole stomach is burning. And then it's slowly migrating to like the right side of my belly. And it is like, you can't even touch it. It is so sore. So, you know, I jump on Chat GPT and start
The worst thing on the planet that we all do. Well, yeah, I'm for sure having a stroke and dying. Nathan's like, a pinched nerve is not a stroke, Christina. I'm like, well, talk to Chat.
Yeah, except it was like it kind of is. I'm like, no, I'm overanalyzing this. It's not appendix. Like, it's fine. It's totally just like a flu or whatever. But like, then the pain just kept getting worse, and I've like never experienced like stomach pain like that in my life. Like, it was pretty bad. So I'm like, okay, no, it's fine. Ryan gets home. And I'm like, I don't really feel good. He starts texting with our doctor. My dad phones me. He's like, I'm going to get Ange to call you because she's a doctor. And they both say, it sounds like appendix. I'm like, okay. So we end up calling the ambulance because it's like the fastest way in. And I hadn't taken any pain medication yet because if you're thinking it's the flu, it's not like Tylenol is going to do anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I hadn't taken anything. And I took one Tylenol, which started to relieve the pain after they thought it was probably my appendix. And so it like allowed me to calm a little bit.
Yeah.
As we were waiting for the paramedics to come. But there was no way I was going to be able to sit in an ER waiting room in the pain that I was in.
So
the
in
doctor's
Canada,
like, call the emergency.
That's kind of like the MO. You have to get the ambulance. Because if you get the ambulance, then you don't have to wait when you get there.
Yeah. Exactly. They kind of fast track you. It wasn't that busy. Like, I had actually, ironically, obviously been there a few days prior with Tenley because she was sick and we were there for 6 hours. Like, it was. So I'm like, there's no way I could have sat there. And also the doctor said, like, if it's your appendix and it's ruptured, like, you need surgery right away. Yeah. So we got there eventually. And overall, it was a good experience. The paramedic kind of questioned, like, if I just had a virus and I was like being a bit dramatic. I'm like,
What?
I have a really good pain threshold and like this is not okay right now. And so she's like, do you want to go to the ER? She had me questioning myself, and Ryan's like,
Oh,
yeah, she wants to go to the ER. Like, are you joking me? So anyways, we get there, get checked in. The doc there in the ER was great. Did a CT on my stomach and confirmed that my appendix they hadn't ruptured yet, thankfully, but inflamed. And so they're like, okay, well, you're being admitted and you'll have surgery in the morning and all of this. So it happened really fast, but thankfully, because it hadn't ruptured, it's like a laparoscopic. So it's smaller incisions. And so I'm allowed to like walk starting tomorrow. If I feel like it, I'm allowed to like lift like light weights, just like nothing strenuous. And they said
the
like 10.
doctor, if Brittany feels like it, asterisk. I'm like, do you know who you're talking to?
I know.
Hello.
Just out of pure boredom. But yeah, in 10 to 14 days, I should be back to life. But it's just so weird. My belly button, it's all like masked up right now, right? Like there's stitches and stuff, so I can't really see, but I'm like, it's so sore. I'm like, it'll be interesting. This isn't a plastic surgeon. We'll see what my belly button looks like after this. Yeah. So yeah, but I'm feeling okay. It's the weirdest thing though, because they fill your belly with carbon dioxide so that they can like get in, I guess, and see everything. And so like the aftermath of like the gas pains, like my shoulders and collarbones have been so sore. And apparently it's because the gas hits a nerve, like sits on a nerve that makes your brain think that like your shoulder and collarbone areas are affected, but it's actually all from your belly.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's so weird. So yeah, otherwise like I'm feeling fine. Just obviously, you after things like that, your head feels a bit off and stuff. So just feeling a bit that way. But you know what was really crazy? So our hospital finally has gotten like a new wing, and it's like very nice. So I was able to, it's the surgical wing. So I had like my own room there. It was great. And then we go down for my surgery, and the room that I was in, the OR room, was our family's donation. And we were like
Shut the front door.
out of 11 surgical rooms, I was in our room.
Oh my God, what a God moment where you're just like, oh,
Right?
I'm going to be totally fine.
Yeah, I'm like, this is crazy. Yeah. And it was on the 27th that happened. So another sevens follow me.
Oh my word. Wow, what a God
Yeah.
moment. Yeah, so you guys
Yeah.
donated to the hospital and you were in that wing. What?
Yeah. I know. It was crazy, but I'm very happy to be home now.
Oh, you poor thing. And so how many nights were you actually in the hospital? 2 or 3?
2. Yeah.
2 nights.
2. Yeah. I mean, TMI, but like they won't let you go home after surgery until you
go to the
pass
bathroom.
gas.
Yeah.
Because they need to make sure your bowels are all good. So I couldn't, like, it didn't happen the first day. I'm like, come on, the one time you actually want to and you can't, like, seriously, get me out of here. But I had a few people be like, well, why can't you just tell them that it happened? I'm like, nope. My dad has had a twisted bowel. Like, he's had so many stomach issues. I'm like, you don't screw around with that kind of thing. If like that's their protocol, it's there for a reason.
Exactly. It's there for a reason. And what's one
Yeah.
more night? And the good, like on the positive note, you live in Canada where you're not even going to see a bill for this. If this happened to me, my God, cut out the liver while you're at it and sell it while you're in there, because that'd have costed you at least $100,000.
Isn't that crazy? Like, I know, I think, like, yeah, I don't even, we were literally talking about this kind of thing on our podcast last week.
I know.
Yes, very thankful for that. I might have a bill for my own room. I don't think so, actually, though. I think that's just in when you request your own room for like pregnancy or whatever, then you pay like $100. So it's really nothing.
How crazy is this? So so far this year, I've gone and had my like normal GP, not GP, but my like gyno appointment, like my yearly appointment. I had the MRI. I've been to the doctor like 3 times for the back stuff. I've been to 4 PT appointments and like 5 chiro appointments. Our deductible, or my like deductible is like $2,500. I've fucking sliced that thing. It's way done for even just like those little tiny things. It was like,
seriously?
Oh yeah, I've way surpassed my deductible for $2,500. And so like, but now I have to like I haven't even got the bill for the MRI yet. It'll be a few $1,000s for sure.
Oh my gosh. Well, MRI, unless like it's for like, unless I did the CT there. So like, yes, that's all covered, but we do MRIs and we have to pay for that. That's a couple $1,000s. But yeah, otherwise, if it's medically reasoned, then we don't have to pay for it. That is so crazy. I mean, we've had this conversation before too, right? It comes with its ups and its downs on both sides of it.
Totally, absolutely. You just got really lucky that you had your own room in a brand new wing and got in and were smart enough to take an ambulance there. I mean, there's ways to play the system on both sides of it for anything, I'm sure.
Totally. Have you ever had like emergency surgery?
Knock on wood. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, damn girl, you and I are on a trend. We need to get on a heater, not like this freaking like tilt that we're on right now.
It's March. We're changing this energy.
My heavens, girl. Oh, no, knock on wood. I don't know if I'm trying to think if I've ever been put under. I don't think I have.
Yeah, that was my first like emergency surgery. I've had like the 2 opt-ins. One I wasn't out. The second, was I out for? One I was, like reconstruction after 3 children.
Yeah.
That was like my opt-in
Mommy
surgery
makeover or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've never had that kind of a thing before. So I'm like, this is a weird experience.
Yeah. Gosh, I hope I never have to. Gosh, that sucks. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it was a good experience. You know, that's the kind of crazy thing too, is like you can't really like choose what doctor's gonna do it, right?
No. And because it hadn't ruptured, I didn't need a big like opening. They didn't need to clean it out. I didn't need to be there for like days or whatever. So like that's all a positive thing too. But apparently the appendix is a fairly useless appendage. Like it provides our body with probiotics, but that's the only thing it does. Most of us have to supplement for that anyways. And so now I'll just have to supplement for that. But so I'm like, well, that's good. At least there's no real loss.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And
like
it's
I
usually
knew
kids that have it out, like it's more common in teenagers, which is, I don't know why. I haven't chatted that yet.
As Nathan tells me, he's like, quit with chat. Just do not look at chat anymore. Unless it's for business, do not look at chat.
It can be helpful though. Like everything that it was telling me was completely accurate.
I know. It's true. But like, I also think too that like, sometimes it takes you down the rabbit holes of like things that like
you gotta be real about it.
Yeah, exactly. But like literally, I'm like, but my shoulder feels off, and like I'm like, I think I'm having a stroke. And then finally it was like, listen, Christina, you haven't been able to walk properly for like 2 weeks. Obviously you're compensating on the other side. I'm sure you like tweak something when you're like, you know what I mean? But it's like
you're leaning all your weight on your body. Like
exactly.
Like, for sure.
But you know, your head goes to, oh my God, it's just like gonna kill me.
I'm dying. Oh my God.
But surely we're not the only crazies who think this. I'm sure you guys listening I'm sure you've gone through similar things where you're like, yes, I'm not the only psychopath.
Oh, seriously. No, because, we always, I don't know, what is that saying? Like, think the best, like fear the worst, think the best, or like something like that. There's like, like we always need to know what could be the worst case scenario.
Yeah. Do we though? I don't know.
No, we don't. I don't really want to know.
Part of it is keep your head in the sand too. Like I do keep my head in the sand with a lot of things. Obviously there's a lot going on in the world right now. And
oh my gosh, isn't there?
People can say what they want, but I am a big proponent of just keeping my head in the sand, because there's a lot of things that like I absolutely 100% can make no difference in. I don't really have a strong enough desire. We've talked about this before. Like I don't know enough. So it's like, why watch it and get yourself like bent out of shape or have a strong opinion when you really don't know the facts? This past weekend, it was funny. We went to the horse races, and you know who was there? Dave Portnoy. Because he like Barstool Sports. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. Okay.
Dave Portnoy.
Like, why do I know that name? But yeah. Okay.
This is actually a great topic. I'd love your opinion. So he was there because he had a horse. He is like a co-owner in a horse with a guy named Sella, who's the owner of the racetrack. So obviously 2 very successful human beings had a horse there or whatever. And where was I going with Dave Portnoy? Was at Dave Portnoy's post this weekend about the war. And he was basically like, people are fucking stupid. They think, podcasters think that they have, all the facts. I'm going to say that he has probably a lot more facts that contributed to him going to war than we all know about. And yes, we all have opinions. They're like assholes, but chances are the president of the United States who made this decision to go to war has more facts than we'll ever know about. And I just thought it was like such a good post in the fact that like, yes, absolutely 100%, whether, and that's every president, whether you liked, Biden or Obama or Clinton or whatever, they all know more than we do. So it was like really interesting that he said that. And I was like, yes, listen to what Dave said. It's 100% true. Like we all don't know shit about shit.
No, totally. You're right. Like the opinions thing too, right? Like we only know as much as we're eyes open to and as much as what feed is telling us what.
Yeah. Oh, and that's 100% true too. I mean, if you want to know two different worlds, go to CNN and then go to Fox. Like you just two completely different realities. But okay, so this is the question I posed. So Dave was at the track this weekend and it was a beautiful day here in Arkansas. It was like 80 degrees. It was the Rebel Stakes, which his horse was running in.
80 degrees and like you were in like a snowmageddon.
Because Arkansas psychopathic. We'll be 50 and then 80. Like it's just how we roll here. But it was 80 degrees. It was gorgeous. The track was slammed. We had one of our we have like 5 big key races throughout the year. Sunday was one of those races. That's why Dave was here. His horse was running in it. He basically did not leave his room for 2 days, except for to go like straight from his room on the track, watched one of his horses trained, went back up to his room, straight to the track. And then like they basically backdoored him to a box. In my personal opinion, I don't know if money and fame is that good when you live in an existence where you are so famous that you can't enjoy doing anything that you're doing because you will be mobbed. And like, there's so many people that are like in that situation. That's gotta be really lonely.
I totally agree. Right? I think there are certain celebrities that speak out about that, right? And how you really have to think about what you want as being, if you're saying you want to be famous, like what that actually means, because you are giving up a lot of what life as we all know it is. You can't just like go to the grocery store.
No. Like literally. And if you like, I really like Dave. I've always really liked him. I like his business sense. I like, not everything that he says do I agree with, but I just think he's like unbelievable at business. And I think what he's created over the last 20 years is truly incredible. But I've watched him for a really long time. And it's really interesting because like, if you actually really, really look at him, you never see him like anywhere besides his house in Florida or his house in Nantucket. He's always by himself. And when he is with people, it's mostly with people from Barstool who he works with. Like, he is so famous that like he loves to gamble. He talks about it all the time. He bets hundreds of thousands of dollars on all sorts of sports and stuff. Where this racetrack is a casino. Like he could not go to the casino. He could not walk in the racetrack because he would just be mobbed.
Yeah. Would he be mobbed or is it his worry?
No, he 100% was. They said that like, because a buddy of mine who knows the guy really well. So yesterday, friends of ours were in the box, like the owner's box where he was co-owner of this horse. And they said that he tried to come out like on Saturday and they said it just wasn't worth it. Like he could not even walk through the building.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That's so like, yeah, that is so crazy. And in a good way or a bad? Like, are there a lot of people that like don't like him?
Oh no, it was more of like,
yeah,
it's like he's a huge, I don't know how many followers it has, but like millions and millions. And when you think about like where he is, a horse track, which he's known for gambling, he's known for horses. I mean, even more so in that situation, he's even more so recognized. But I mean, I don't know how many he has like on Twitter and Instagram and all the things. Like even on Instagram, let's see how many he has. He has 6 million just on Instagram.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Like he's extremely famous.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Well, it
was cool, but it was also like one of those things that would be like, damn, that's too bad he couldn't just like come down to the casino. Like we were all at the casino after the races and stuff like that. I'm like, damn, that sucks that he can't come down to the casino and like play cards or play slot. Like, you know what I mean? Just to like enjoy. Like he's literally in his room. he's known for like pizza, like reviewing pizza. And so like one of the pizza places in town that's pretty famous, like delivered him a pizza to his room apparently. But all of the videos he took and stuff like that were out of like, so the hotel room, there's the suites overlook the racetrack. And that was like all he showed all weekend was just like him literally like out of his window, or when he was on the racetrack where they let him on the track. So he like people couldn't get to him.
It's really interesting too, because then you think of it from like an opinions formed position, and suddenly you're actually no longer able to be around different opinions because you're not, like he has to now be careful as to where he engages. He can't just be with like Joe Blow down at the racetrack, right? Like where those opinions are different than probably the people that he chooses to surround himself with. And so, if you can't just like go out and have everyday conversations, it would be just such a different life.
Yeah. I mean, it was just really interesting. I was just like, as we were talking about like to a buddy of mine who was up in the box with him and like got to meet him or whatever, it was just an interesting kind of thought like, oh gosh, that sucks. Like he can't actually do anything. Like big deal. He flew here on his big private jet, gets to watch his plane or gets to watch his horse and then gets to fly away. But it's like, fuck, that sucks. Everything in between. I don't know if I want that.
A different level of freedom.
Yeah. It's like freedom in many ways and freedom in not so many ways.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's fascinating. Yeah.
Very
How's
crazy.
your back doing? How are you? Are you finding reprieve?
I'm finding a little reprieve. I'm not in a tremendous amount of pain. Like, cause I said, we went to the track and stuff this weekend. The only thing is the numbness is still there. And, I guess in my head, I'm assuming you would probably do something similar just cause we're just very much like people who want things now. And my thought process was at one point in time, that disc will just go back and the pain and the numbness will be gone. But it's a gradual, slow process, which I don't have very many patience. So my foot is still numb. Like it's kind of weird. Like I'm just wiggling my toes right now and it's numb. The top of my foot is numb, but it's not as numb. Like it was numb from my whole entire, like from my hip down to my toes. And now it's basically like ankle, top of foot. So slowly but surely, I think it's getting better.
You're like, come on, I need to get back to the gym. I want to go on long walks.
Oh, I've been doing the walks. Like I've been cleared to walk as long as I want. It's just that my leg gets tired. Like it was actually interesting. I don't know what day it was. Friday, Nathan and I went for like a 45-minute walk after dinner. And then the next day I went and got my hair blown out and I had to walk up the stairs in order to do it. And it was so weird. I was like, it is so jacked that like I feel tired. Like my leg feels tired. And I was like, I've been working out my whole entire life. I'm in pretty decent shape. And yet a 45-minute walk is like, whew, like it's like you ran a marathon.
Yeah. Yeah. But your body, it's just like it is needing the slowdown to recover. Yeah.
I think it's just the nerve. Like, I think that's just such like they say like the nerve is like, they were like, it's like as thick as a hair. And I'm just thinking a nerve as thick as a hair is affecting this much of my body. How crazy is the human body?
I remember when I did the Ironman, I lost nerve damage in my foot on the outside of it, like from mid-foot all the way up to my pinky toe. And so it came back, but they said like nerve repair for like, because I actually like, it was from pounding and like doing something on it. So the repair took like, it's that like hair thickness. One bit of that a day basically. So it took like months for like just that little like maybe max 6 inches to actually like fully come back.
Well, thank God it came back. At least it's giving me hope. Like here's the thing. I'm just like, I just don't like all those people. Like we were at the track this weekend and there was a girlfriend of mine, like we talk and we see each other when we're there. And she's like, oh girl, I saw your story. So my husband's had 2 back surgeries and he had to sleep in the car. And he's like, his 3rd surgery did this. And like, the numbness is just going to be there. Like, it was just very much like, and I'm just like, I kept saying to her, like very politely, and I really like this girl, but very politely. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing surgery. Yeah, that's not going to be me. Yeah, I'm going to fix it. Like, I do not want to hear about you and your back surgeries and what has not worked for you.
Worked?
Yeah. No, I'm not here for any of that. So I know that that's crazy to some people, but I don't want to hear your stories about what didn't work. I want you to tell me all the things that did work, just like your story about the numbness going away. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah. Well, and now like, okay, get back to the health level of this. And then you know that you can like do things that can help support it. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. Right. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So, hey, peptides. So you started,
Yes,
you tried.
I did. I'm
Yeah.
on, I don't know, like day 6, or is
Yeah.
this day 7? Day 6.
Do you do it every day?
Yeah. Every
Okay.
day I'm taking 10 ml. So like just like it's, as big
Yeah.
as my pinky, like as big as like half my pinky finger. But yeah, I'm going to do it every single day for this jar. And they I think they say, I think like, again, it's not regulated, so you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like the printout sheet kind of said 3 months on, 1 month off, 3 months on, 1 month off. I guess it's for your receptors or something like that. You probably know better than I do.
Which one are you doing?
The glow.
Right. You said that. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? I did see a few women that I know posting recently that there's a whole bunch of new peptides that are becoming regulated.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. There's a whole list of them, including BPC 157. So that's one that's being regulated now. So I'm like, well, that's good.
Well, that's
More
the one
hope.
that's in it. Yeah, that's the one that's in this. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't really care that they're not regulated, and I guess like it doesn't really bother me. Maybe it should bother me. That's what Nathan said. Nathan's like, you're just ordering some random shit off the internet and make it, and like he's like, there's, because my husband's very analytical. Like everything comes down to instructions. He measures everything perfectly. Like he is very much like a rule follower. I'm just like, fuck it, just add some. Let's go.
Totally. That's me and Ryan too. He's
Ugh.
like, oh my gosh, like I'll take a year to decide. Like he'll take a year to decide on something. And I'm like, give it to me. I'll just try it. Like he's like,
Yes.
what? You're going to do it? Yes, I'm going to do it. Like it's either going to work or it's not.
Amen, sister. I'm with you. And I'm just like, because the jar, like, so my girlfriend sent me the instructions for like how to add the, like, that water
But
that
yeah, you have to combine it, right?
Yeah, you have to combine the water with like the, I guess, powder in the like with the needle, the syringe, and all the things. And she's like, use 5 mLs of water for your jar. Well, shit, I'm like measuring out. I get 3 mLs in, and I was like, fuck, the jar's full. And apparently, like that was for a 5 ml jar. I had a 3 ml jar, so I'm like. But it's not like it's a big deal, because obviously if for a 5 ml you use 5, for a 3 ml you use 3. You just fill it to the top, and it says like the less water, the more diluted it is, like duh, right? But anyway, it was just, and Nathan's like, Christina, how did you not know that this was like a 3 ml versus a 5 ml? I was like, fuck, I don't know. I didn't look at the bottle. I just did what she told me.
Oh my god.
That's just like, I am that person. He is the exact opposite when it comes
he's
to
like,
that
nope,
stuff.
start again. We're not doing this.
Oh yeah, he'd throw it in the garbage, waste $100, and like order it again to make sure it's like on the thing. And I'm the type of person too, like, they say 10 mLs. Like if it's 12 or 8, like I'm not bothered. Him, my God, like it would have to be like, get out the microscope and make sure it's exactly 10.
Yeah. It's like cough syrup. I was giving it to like Tenley before we knew what she was sick with. And I'm like, here you go, have this. She's like, that's a lot. I'm like, it's really not. Like, you kind of get used to like eyeballing, like 43 years of life. I'm pretty sure I know what about 10 mils looks like.
Again, you could probably drink the whole bottle and like, you're not going to die. So we're going to be fine. This will knock it out, babe.
Totally. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that poor girl. She's finally on her mend though. So she's back to school this week. Thank God. Yeah, that was brutal.
We need a healthy family there. We need a healthy family here.
Yeah.
My husband has decided that, and he's stuck with 75 hard this whole time, but one of my clients is getting married on Saturday, and he has decided that we're going to have cocktails and brunch in Chicago when we're going. So I'm very much here for it. Normally, if I'm like following something, I will follow it to a T. But since I fell off the track, like, a week in, I've been following all the rules with him. But the fact that he says he's good to go, he's lost like 8 pounds in like almost 4 weeks. I was like,
amazing.
We're good to go. Perfect.
Like it is about like, it's so great to have structure and certain routines, but also to know like life is also about being like having enjoyment out of it. And you guys are going to a wedding. You guys are going to like do something different. Like if you want to have fun in a different way, then go do it. Right. Like I think when we limit ourselves, that's where like regrets start to build.
100%. I totally agree with you. And I also think too, we've proven to ourselves. So if anyone's ever thinking about doing 75 hard or whatever, prove to yourself that you can do it. I think it's very important that you do it at least once. We've done it 4 times. Like, yeah, this is our 4th time, I think. But anyway, like we've done it at least 3 times fully, 4 times half, whatever. Like we know that we can actually do it. We know that we can stick to it. I think that that's the important part, is that if you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it. So, but also on the flip side of the coin, I'm not gonna not, like, you know what I mean? Like life, I've proven that we've done it. I'm actually only doing it for him. So the fact that he's already lost the weight.
Right? I know there's no guarantees, but like if you don't have your health, as we said last week also, you got nothing. And then this happened. Here we are on Monday morning, and I had surgery on Friday. And the reason I'm at home sitting here having a normal conversation is because I had my health. Right? And so, like, take care of yourself and choose you always so that you can have choice, literally. Life is pretty good. The day before that, so Wednesday, I'm like, oh my God, just give me the pain of Temley because she was in so much pain. Like, I'll take, just like take it away. I hate seeing my kids like in pain. And then I'm like, the next day, I'm like, that was evil. That was evil. Happy Monday.
All right, friends, if you're ready to make every Monday anything but average, don't forget to hit that follow button and give us a like.
And hey, share this episode with someone who needs that extra dose of Monday magic. Let's keep these conversations going. And if you ever have any questions for us or topics you want us to discuss, see the show notes for how you can contact us or send us a DM over on Instagram at BChristina or Mom Sweat Sanity.
See you next Monday. And isn't it a good thing we didn't choose Tuesday?